I just talked for probably 5 minutes and realized that I wasn't recording. Hello, and welcome to my desk. I have a new candle, some new chapstick, some great tea, my notebook with some cute little notes for today's video, because the day you're watching this is my 1-year YouTube anniversary, and it doesn't feel that long, maybe because I didn't upload regularly for a long time. But for this video, I just wanted to kind of reflect on the life lessons I've learned and the ways that my life has changed within this past year, because it was an eventful year for me. You live and you learn, and I lived and learned a lot. So if you don't like chattier types of videos or videos to put in the background to kind of relax to, this isn't the video for you. You're not gonna like this. So watch another video of mine, or just another video. I love you. Have a good day. Is this annoying? Should I move this? Yes, I'm wearing a crew neck and it's 85 degrees outside. So I kind of have like 4 main life lessons that I've learned this year. The first one is that your self-worth isn't based off of anyone else's opinion of you. The best analogy I can think of for this, or one of them, is you could be an amazing writer and have one English teacher that doesn't like your style, but that doesn't mean that you're not a great writer with amazing potential and great skill. It just means that that one teacher didn't like it. So this year, oh boy. Just because one person doesn't think you're good enough, thinks you're annoying, unworthy, whatever it is, it does not take away from you. And I saw this a lot at dance this year too. There is one person who for many years just brought me down a lot, told me I wasn't good enough, I wasn't as good as her, I would never be as good as her, I should quit now, I was never going anywhere, and that was really hurtful and really hard for me for many years. I learned that what she said didn't change who I was. Just because she said those things, it didn't mean I wasn't talented and I didn't have potential and I wasn't going anywhere. So if you don't let what other people say get to you, literally all of the possibilities open up. Like, you can do whatever you want to and be whoever you want to, because what other people say truly doesn't mean anything. The second life lesson is one of the bigger ones that I've learned this year, and that's to do what makes you happy. And something that my neighbor told me yesterday that really stuck with me is she said, you're never gonna regret doing the things that make you happy. And I saw that a lot this year with starting YouTube, because that's something that's not very common. Kids don't have YouTube channels all the time. And I know for a fact that I got made fun of for it. And it would have been so easy to just quit so that I could hide again. But the fact of the matter is, it makes me happy. I love doing this. I enjoy it. I love the editing and the entire process. I think it's so fun and so amazing. And I've been so much happier this year just allowing myself to do that instead of conforming to what other people thought I should be doing. The same thing happens or goes for dance. Basically everyone in my life this year was telling me to quit going into senior year. They were telling me, you're not going to enjoy it, it's going to be a waste of your time, you're going to want to quit, you're going to regret it so much, and I couldn't let them influence my decision to stay. It's only been through the summer session, and I am extremely happy. I'm doing something that I'm passionate about, something that releases my emotions and shares art in a different way with people. I'm so happy to be doing that. I guess this kind of falls under this category too, is that you don't need to be friends with everyone, which I tried to do for the longest time, which also got me into a situation with the girl from dance that I was talking about earlier, who I wish no hate to her. If you know who she is, it's not toxic anymore. However, just because we are out of the toxic situation, it does not mean we need to be friends. You can be friendly to someone without being friends with them. The third lesson I learned this year was to try things out of your comfort zone, but to know your limits. So earlier this year, I decided to go to my first high school party halfway through my junior year, and that's because I have pretty bad social anxiety. Being in crowds and groups, especially with people I don't know, makes me really nervous. I don't drink or do drugs or vape or anything, and that sets me apart in things like a party setting because lots of people are doing that, and that puts attention on you when you're not. However, I told myself, I'm gonna go to this party, I'm gonna see how it is, maybe I'll be comfortable, who knows, like maybe it's something I'll enjoy. It wasn't, but you learn from that. Now that I've gone through that, I know that I'm not gonna go to another one and that I don't feel like I'm missing out anymore, because for the longest time I felt like I was missing out on such this huge part of the high school experience that everyone shares, where they go to parties with their friends every Friday night and have so much fun, and I felt so left out. But now I don't, because I know that that is fun for some people, but it's not fun for me. However, one thing that I knew was outside of my limits was going to Lollapalooza. There was a group of my friends going, and I really wanted to go to see some people that I loved, because they actually had artists that I really loved this year, like Conan Gray and Tame Impala and The Strokes. However, being in that giant festival setting, in the heat, with so many drugs and alcohol around, I couldn't do it. I know I would go into panic mode, couldn't enjoy anything, so that was a situation where I had to know my limits, back off, and say, you guys go have fun, I'm gonna watch the live stream over here. One more thing that was kind of out of my comfort zone was I kind of got into a friend group this year, and that was something I was super nervous to be part of because I didn't know a lot of them. And it ended up being such an amazing thing because now I have this wonderful group of girls that are so sweet. We just encourage each other and motivate each other, and if I hadn't stepped out of my comfort zone, I wouldn't have found them. And the fourth life lesson is to be your own person with your own values and opinions. This was a big thing for me this year because as a junior now, basically everyone has their license. It's very accessible to go places with people. So it was very important to me that I stay true to myself and what I believe and how I want to live my life without conforming to other people. I, as a 17-year-old, I don't drink, I don't do any drugs, I don't vape. That sets me apart largely from my age group. That doesn't mean that I make fun of and judge everyone else that does it. I feel uncomfortable and I don't like it when people judge me for not doing it, so why would I feel warranted that it's okay to do the same thing? I can warn people, like, hey, that's probably not good for you. Please don't die. But I can't force them to. Same thing with schools and colleges. It's very easy when you're a junior, maybe even a sophomore or a senior in high school deciding where to go for college, to be influenced by where your friends are going. You need to make your own decisions about what you're doing with your life because this is kind of the age I've realized where it really starts and you have control over your future, and it's okay to take that, and it's scary, but it's so exciting because you're getting a say in your life and where it's going. My tea is cooling off so fast. Now just moving on to the ways my life has changed in this past year by either following these lessons that I've learned or just through doing YouTube. I am incredibly more confident than I was in the past, especially sophomore year. Sophomore year was extremely hard for me personally. I never talked in school. I was super shy, like the shyest I've ever been. And I felt like I was conformed in this tiny little bubble that I had to hide in and be as small as I could so that no one had anything to say about me at school because I didn't do anything. But this year, I found the confidence to be like, yeah, I make YouTube videos and I think that's really fun. Finding confidence this year has been one of the best things that's ever happened to me because I finally feel like I'm able to be myself, and obviously I'm still working on it. I'm making it out to be like I'm this super confident person. I'm not. I still get really nervous when I'm in public. I still find it hard to order my own food. However, it's getting better. I've been a lot less stressed and more calm, and I think part of that is because even just this past week I've started this journal, and it's not like a diary, but it's also not a bullet journal. I'm kind of using it like a video planner, and I have a section where I write down thoughts and feelings, and it just feels so much less stressful, even through making videos, to find a way to say, this is what's on my mind, this has been bothering me, I'm looking forward to this is how life's going. I have ways that I can express myself, but I really encourage you to try and find that, whether that's art or dance or music or just, I don't know, dressing the way you want to. Find ways that make you feel like yourself. I didn't really know how I wanted to say that. And one of the biggest ways my life has changed is that I'm incredibly excited for the future. Through preparing for college and just talking with my friends, I feel like I have control over it. Things are gonna take off. I'm doing what I wanna do. I'm making me happy. I feel just fulfilled in my life, which is a really nice thing to be able to say. Even through these videos, they're not just helping me. I hope that they're either giving advice to people or making them smile or just somehow having an impact on someone's day. That means the world to me. Oh, by the way, I have a new pimple that popped up right in time for school, so I've named her Miss Frizzle. She's coming along. That's besides the point.
Why are you cutting the grass right now?
Alright, I think that's all for today's video. I'm sorry if I was talking fast and seemed kind of tense and nervous because I am. I'm not used to doing chatty videos like this. I'm very used to being able to bounce off of other people in conversation. I hope you can take away from these life lessons so that you don't have to learn them the hard way like I had to. They aren't all things that I learned just throughout this 1 year. Some of them have been brewing since I was 12, and they've just kind of really completed themselves and come around to me now. Alright, I love you so much. Try and make someone happier today. Compliment someone. Comment down below something that you've learned this year or a way that your life has changed. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.